The Sales and Services section of Business Hub is where all of your quote requests and orders from your website and all of your affiliate websites come into the system. It is also where we can create custom quotes and orders from complete scratch. So if anybody ever emails or calls you or walks into the shop, you can then put together a quote or order from complete scratch in here as well. Let's first look at the quotes section. When it comes to quotes, know that really there's two primary types of quotes. One, it's one that you're putting together for the customer. You're putting together very similar to an order. It revolves around line items and a price to give to the customer to then know what it's going to cost before we convert it to an actual order. The other type of quote is what is called a quote request. So again, if the customer fills out our request a quote form on the website, it's going to come in as a quote request, and then we need to take their information that they're giving us and put it into actual line items and convert it to a true quote that they can then approve or disapprove. And if they approve it and pay for it, then it becomes an order. So let's start by creating a quote from scratch. Let's add new quote. First thing you want to do is select a customer. So I'm going to just choose myself. Now at the very top, I can put a job name. I can make the quote priority. It just allows us to better sort it when it's in the production area. Next, I can make it require artwork approval. And the words here may not exactly make the most sense. It's more of, we need our art department to take a look at this artwork before it makes its way into the production queue. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to send it back to the customer for their final approval. We might, but it's more of the fact that we're putting it in the queue down here to be reviewed by our artwork team and get it to be as best possible shape for the production staff to then decorate. If somebody uploads a non-embroidery file and they're asking for it to be embroidered, it's going to automatically create this artwork approval situation. And then lastly over here, we can put in the customer's PO number. So just like any quote or order used in any system, it all revolves around putting together line items. Now the easiest line item is to use a previously ordered product. That's when life is super easy because I can just choose something and the line item's there and I can manipulate it very quickly. It's important to also realize that even if I was not necessarily placed an order, even if I just quoted a line item one time, it's going to be saved here. Also, you can view the saved layouts, which is just artwork layouts, and freeform items, which we're about to do now. A freeform item is the second way you can add line items, and it is, I don't want to call it lazy, but it's a last resort. It is us typesetting what product was ordered, and it's just allowing us to get the job done here. So in this case, I could say, okay, it's the Gildan 5000, the color was black, and we have a screen print on left chest. I could break down the pricing there. I can add my different sizes, and if I click on this gear, I can also attach whatever artwork I want to. Now, what I'm gonna, again, this is more of a last resort. If you don't have a product to add, you can typeset it. What we really want to do is use the Add New Product section, find a product that we want to decorate. So let's choose this 5000. And then we're going to load it in the design tool. Very similar process as if the customer were to come to our website. It all revolves around selecting a product, adding the artwork, And when we do add that artwork, we've got to make sure we're selecting the correct decoration process, because each decoration process has different variables that affect the price. So right now you can see we are $4.50 for this garment. I'm going to just make it white for the moment. And let's come over and let's just add some text. So again, $3.18 is the blank cost for this white shirt. If I add, let's add screen print. Actually, wrong screen print. Let's just do test. Now this is going to be a one color print. Now we're not going to screen print just one piece, but you'll see for this example. Right now the cost is $18.18 for this one color print, and obviously we're at one piece at the moment. If you look up here, we can identify how many colors are in the artwork. So at the moment it's just one. Now if I change this shirt color to a dark color garment like this black or navy-ish, it's going to say it's one color plus a white underbase. Let's go back over here, and with that underbase, it obviously increased the price. So $20.50 is the unit print price at the moment with the product. Let's go into advanced outline. I'm going to just give it an outline color, and as I apply this, watch the $20.50 jump to $21.50. So with screen printing, we're counting colors. With embroidery, it's all based on size. With the digital printing processes, they really can vary. Sometimes it's based on the color of the garment and or the size of the print. It just all depends. Each decoration process has different variables that are going to affect the price. So right now, you'll see that we have $17 as the unit decoration price. $21.50 is the final unit price, which includes the product. If I want to override the product price, I can come here, click on the size that I'm using, override prices, and then change the price here. If I want to do the same thing with the decoration, I can. Sorry, down here, override, then you can override it. Now, what we want to do is update the quantity here. So let's say that the customer wants 48 pieces. The unit print price went from $17 to $11.37 for this two color plus the underbase. Now, it is very common with screen print orders to want the same artwork printed on a different product. To do that, come over to the gear here, copy the line item, and the unit print price is based on how many total pieces are using the same artwork. We don't care if it's a different colored shirt. We don't care if it's a different garment completely, as long as it's the same artwork. Now, how do we know it's the same artwork? Well, if I load it in the designer, you will see that it says it's linked. If I unlink it, then both of those line items are going to increase in price because their quantity is much less. Down here, I can add whatever additional notes I want. I can control the terms and conditions. In this case, I'll give myself like net 30. And if I need to add any additional extra charges, I can. You can set up the extra charges within the admin. I can override the shipping cost, final discount, what taxes are being applied. And another important thing to realize is while you upload a lot of artwork here, you're not going to necessarily be able to upload a AI file or any type of color separated file to store. What you want to maybe do here is come over to this gear for this line item, and you can attach a file, and that file can be your stored production file for that line item or that artwork. So what I'm going to do here is come into this line item. Let's add let's add a screen print transfer design, add my logo. Now, again, this is a perfect vector, so there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to say it requires changes. Now, by making it requiring changes, that is going to send it down into the artwork approval section within Business Hub. So let's hit, at this point, save an email quote. And by emailing it to the customer, we are sending them a link to approve the quote. That link will allow them to go directly to the site, log in, and then they have the option to view the quote and click approve. A quote does not become an order unless two things occur. One, payment terms must be met. Because I set it to net 30, we have naturally met those terms. Secondly, the quote must be approved. So I'm going to manually mark the quote as approved. And by marking it as approved, it becomes an official order. Once a quote becomes an order, you really just spend all of your time in the production area at that point. There's not much else to do in the sales and service section. Now, outside of the quotes and order section, you can view abandoned carts from your websites on your network, and you can reach out to these customers and try to convert their lead into an actual order. Another common area to spend is the batch stores. So if you're a screen print shop and you have affiliate sites, you often do batch production in which you're gathering orders over a period of time, most often like 2 weeks, and then you fulfill all those orders at the end. How it works is you must first enable the batch production feature within an affiliate site. Once you've done that, the affiliate site is then listed within the batch store section of Business Hub. You can then click on one of the batch stores and view all of the orders that have been submitted during the time period that the store is open. Now, once I've seen all the orders, I can then choose which ones I want to select. Once the store has closed and we're ready to begin batch production, the first thing we want to do is raise a purchase order so we get our consolidated list of what all we need to order in order to be able to fulfill all of the orders for this store during that period of time. So by raising a purchase order, we get our consolidated list of what we need to buy from our suppliers. Then you want to download the batch production worksheet, which gives you a consolidated breakdown of what all pieces are getting what artwork. This will make life much easier for the screen print operator to know, okay, these blanks that we've ordered by raising our purchase order get this artwork. These blanks get this artwork, and so forth. So what you're going to want to do is print from the batch production worksheet, and then after you have done all of that production, you're going to download the selected worksheets of all of the orders, which will act kind of like a pull sheet / invoice to include with the order that you're sending to the customer. So the selected worksheets is a breakdown of what needs to be in each order for the batch production worksheet, which contained all of it. So look at it this way. You do all of the production and then you pull from the printed inventory to fulfill the individual orders. Hopefully all of this makes sense. If you have any questions about how to use Business Hub or any other part of Deco Network software, please do not hesitate contacting us. Thank you.